In a world where travel was slow, cumbersome, and often perilous, humans had been confined to walking, riding horses, or relying on private carriages for centuries. But one invention, one simple revolutionary idea, would forever change the way people moved, the way cities were built, and the rhythm of everyday life. This is the story of the first bus. London, 1829. The city was alive, teeming with ambition and industry. Factories belched smoke into the sky. Streets overflowed with people, each racing against time, each seeking opportunity. But the chaos was undeniable. Crowds jostled along narrow streets. Carriages were expensive and private, beyond the reach of the ordinary worker. For the masses, movement was a luxury. And yet, necessity is the mother of invention. Enter George Shillibeer, a visionary engineer with a dream. Born in 1800 in the bustling city of London, Shillibeer had witnessed the daily struggles of ordinary Londoners. He imagined a world where public transport could be both efficient and affordable. He envisioned a large carriage, sturdy and reliable, but open to the public, a vehicle that could carry many passengers, not just the wealthy elite. He called it a horse omnibus. April 4th, 1829. George Shillibeer's vision became reality. The first horse-drawn bus rolled through the streets of London, connecting Paddington to the heart of the city. It carried 22 passengers, a modest number by today's standards, but revolutionary at the time. The reactions were mixed. The wealthy scoffed. The working class stared in disbelief. Yet those who dared to step inside, who dared to embrace this new way of moving, became pioneers of public transit. But the invention was not without challenges. The streets were narrow and congested. Horses struggled under the weight of 22 passengers. The omnibus was slow, averaging just 5 miles per hour, yet it moved with a grace that captured the imagination of the public. Shillibeer carefully planned routes. Timetables were established. Fares were calculated to be affordable. Every detail mattered. This was more than a carriage. It was the beginning of a transportation revolution. At first, skepticism reigned. Many feared overcrowding. Others questioned the safety of sharing a vehicle with strangers. But curiosity triumphed over doubt. People marveled at the convenience. For the first time, ordinary citizens could travel comfortably across the city without exhaustion or expense. The omnibus became a symbol of modernity, a glimpse into the future. The streets of London transformed. Markets became accessible. Workplaces could draw talent from across the city. Social mobility, once limited by geography, began to expand. The idea spread like wildfire. Paris, Berlin, and other European capitals quickly adopted similar horse-drawn buses. In Paris, the omnibus became so popular that city streets swelled with carriages, each offering affordable rides to citizens eager to explore, work, and connect. Europe had discovered the power of shared transport, and with it, the seeds of modern urban life. But beyond technology and mechanics, the omnibus changed lives. Imagine Thomas, a factory worker, who could now reach his job on time without walking miles each day. Imagine Clara, a school teacher, who could finally visit her distant relatives without relying on expensive carriage hire. These were small stories, yet they formed the heartbeat of a growing city, the pulse of modern life. The first bus was not just a vehicle, it was a vessel of opportunity, a moving bridge between people, work, and culture. The first horse-drawn omnibus inspired generations of inventors. Steam engines replaced horses. Internal combustion engines replaced steam. Electric trolleys and motor buses reshaped streets worldwide. What began as a single vision in London eventually connected millions. Cities expanded. Suburbs flourished. Humanity could traverse vast distances in ways previously unimaginable. The humble omnibus laid the foundation for today's global public transport networks, buses, trams, subways, carrying billions each year. Today, as we swipe our cards or tap our phones to board a bus, it is easy to forget the ingenuity, risk, and vision that brought public transport to life. The first bus was more than wood and wheels. It was a revolution of mobility, of access, of equality. It reminded the world that when we dare to imagine, we can move not just ourselves, but entire societies. From the clatter of hoofs on cobblestones to the hum of engines in crowded avenues, the journey of public transport began with a single, daring idea: the first bus, the first step toward a world in motion. Dedicated to the pioneers of public transport, whose vision carries us forward every day.